We have one of the most bullish charts to ever hit crypto get posted from an unsuspected source this morning. We're going to be taking a close look at this in comparison to where we are in the markets right now. The SEC is taking their aim at Van Eck and Dave Portnoy, and we expose the scam of a 2% inflation rate and why the powers that be want to control everything we do. All this and more on today's Blockchain Basement. We are the bread and butter of all the information that's been swimming across the internet for crypto news.
If you're going to screw me, at least pull my hair.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yes. Welcome one, welcome all. Glad to have this crew together. It's quite wonderful. DZ, haven't had you on in quite a while. You're busier than a one-armed paper hanger in the middle of the Depression. How have you been? You're looking fantastic.
That's good.
What are you doing?
Oh, man, just got done with a JPEG Junkies interview that lasted a little bit longer than I was expecting, but, man, just chopping it up, talking about Cardano, talking about old projects there, and really just ready to enjoy the weekend.
Yeah.
And it's DCA day. I haven't DCA'd yet, so I gotta figure out what the heck I'm a DCA into.
We're going to snoop around. I'm going to snoop around some degenerate coins. You're thinking Pith?
I'm thinking maybe Pith.
All right, let's both
Pith.
buy
What
Pith.
the hell is that?
Pyth.
It's the competitor to Chainlink, you know.
I've called it Pyth, but then all these people are like, no, it's Pith.
And I don't
like
give a
Pyth
Pith.
better.
I like Pyth better. It's Python, Pyth. I mean,
Monty Python.
Taco
and the
actually
Holy
has
Grail.
pythons.
Yeah.
I have a python.
Wait, didn't we see him in Vegas? Pith the Magic Dragon?
Pith the
Or is
Magic
this something
Dragon.
different?
Yes, we did.
Oh my gosh. BJ, you're here today. You're
To
gone tomorrow.
derail, and it only took him 2 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, you know, what are we, a minute and a half in? But BJ, where are you going next week? The people that yell at me every time you're floating around,
Nobody cares.
running magic
It doesn't
things,
even
they
matter.
care. BJ, what
Doesn't
are you
even
doing? What's the plan here? You're running a successful
I'm
business.
going to freeze my balls off in Chicago.
Yeah.
Not excited about
The
it.
Windy City, you know? You going to get an overcoat? Maybe one of those PI hats?
I'm not going outside once.
No?
Never.
Come on.
Never going outside.
You should spend some time with the scholars out there. I heard it's a very scholarly city.
No.
Trippy audio on DZ today. Is that accurate?
Probably.
I can move.
Oh, it's on auto.
Well, see,
Yeah.
you have your entire sound bar over there, and then
Yeah.
you can look at the. So if you come
Do
on,
you need
Alec,
me to do a test?
open the sound.
No, it's this mic that's next to you. It is coded
And
to
then,
open back up every time it changes
fifth mic
scenes.
is that on?
So it's got a chaotic internal.
So it's not that problem.
Hey, Aaron Curry says it's fixed. Yeah,
Is it off?
yeah, it's off right now. Yeah. When he goes back to it,
All right, cut.
do it. We're doing live
Hey,
tests.
everybody.
See, there it
Hey,
is.
everybody. Hey.
And there it is, back on again. And there
Hey,
it
everybody.
goes.
Hey, we got a $1.99 super chat. Happy birthday, mofos. High T energy in the market. You know we wrecked that high T energy here.
Yeah. You know, before we get too tripped up on Gates and things of that nature,
I want to talk. Are we going to talk about Dave Portnoy
yes,
being under investigation?
we're
I know
gonna
there's a lot
talk
going
about
on with Bitcoin. There's a lot going on in crypto markets. I think, you know, look, hey, it's moving. It's the weekend. We're going to see some volatility. What the heck is going on with El Presidente?
Well, and also Van Eck. We're huge about Van Eck and they're trolling into a crypto realm, but the SEC has just busted Van Eck for using Dave Portnoy to pump Buzz ETF. Van Eck Associates agreed to pay a $1.7 million settlement to resolve the allegations from the U.S. SEC that it failed to disclose a social media influencer role in the launch of its new exchange-traded fund.
But that doesn't mean culpability. That $1.75 million might be less than dragging it through court.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, it's a very small fine, too, for a very large monetary instrument. The ETF in question was the Buzz ETF, which tracked an index of companies, obviously contributed to a large buzz on social media. The SEC order claimed that the influencer's planned involvement and details of the anticipated licensing arrangement were not disclosed to independent trustees of the Van Eck ETF Trust. Portnoy, founder of Barstool Sports, has been accused of sexual assault and harassment by several women. Also part of Buzz Holdings, the company that owned the index of the Buzz ETF that it was based on. The SEC order notes that an influencer involved in the scheme was known for commenting in sports, investing, and other topics.
They didn't do pizza?
They
Fail.
didn't. I know. Very
Fail.
sad. Very sad.
One bite.
The one bite pizza reviews, I like those. I really like those.
Yeah.
It takes some guts to only take one bite of a pizza.
Wait,
And
you
not
eat the
just-
whole
He doesn't
pizza in one
actually
bite,
take
or
one
you
bite.
take
Seen one?
bite?
Yeah,
What?
he'll eat more.
He'll eat the whole damn
He
slice.
gives the grade after the first
Good,
bite.
yeah.
What I appreciate is
But how do
he
you make that choice after one bite?
He does.
Pretty easy.
It's he takes more than one bite.
Well,
It's like
I
a-
know
it's like a-
overall, but
it's
he's got
like a
a
thing.
score
Part of
though
his-
is given after one bite. What I appreciate is he chops it up with the hosts or the owners of these pizza restaurants.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're cussing him out.
Yeah.
Get the F off my sidewalk. And he's like, no, F you. And you're like, whoa, this is New York.
Yeah,
And then he gives them a low score in their business tax.
yeah. And he'd be like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's
hilarious.
a
They don't know who
2.9
he
now.
is.
Yeah, how isn't the SEC investigating that?
Oh my God, the pizza gate is that
Yeah,
real? Pizza
He's
Gate?
investing in the
destroying
pizza
the
parlor
companies.
across the street and like goes and fuds the first one. You know.
I forgot
It's
the
like a
name.
Pat and Geno's thing.
Market maker moves.
One of the highest scores he's given a pizzeria place is like 30 minutes from where I grew up.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
It's
the-
New
yeah.
Haven something pizza, I think.
Yeah, he's big
yeah,
on
he
New
likes that.
Haven pizza in general.
Okay.
Connecticut
all
pizza.
The,
I didn't
all
know.
the early, I think, New York pizzeria places just moved out to Connecticut. And that's
Oh
where-
man.
All right, well, I have a question for the chat. Who bought some stocks based off maybe a Portnoy call, or it doesn't have to be Safe Moon.
They brought
I
up
bought a
Safe
little
Moon.
AMC in 2021. I won't say directly because of Dave Portnoy. More Wall Street bets for me, but. Yeah, I would say Dave Portnoy maybe influenced some of my 2021 investing decisions. Did he get you into Bitcoin? Did he get you into Safe Moon?
I mean,
He got
I
me
bought
eating.
Nvidia because of Nancy Pelosi.
That's a good call.
Oh.
That's a
Hey,
good
you'd be
call.
up right now.
I never took any investment advice from the guy. Like he's sports focused. That's how I viewed him as, and I wasn't really like. And then he was talking about Safe Moon. You brought up Safe Moon. This article also brought up Safe Moon. I thought Safe Moon was a complete rug the whole time.
You know what didn't bring up Safe Moon?
What's that?
The price.
Oh God. I wonder how far down it is. Should we look?
Oh, I think it's just gone.
I think we need to go look. I'm
Remember
curious.
Frank made a bunch of money off of it and then didn't sell.
C90, Monte's restaurant has the #1 score accordingly.
From
I'm assuming
Presidente?
Portnoy. C90's got accurate information usually.
I believe it.
I did buy a little bit of Safe. What's the airline travel? Spirit, and I think
Spirit
it's
Airline?
Save is
Okay.
the ticker. It pumped, man. It pumped off his call. I didn't sell fast enough. I walked out with a profit. I could have walked out with about a 2x. I think I walked out with like a 1.3, 1.4x on that, just in a matter of days for stocks. So that was pretty good.
Yeah, Safe Moon's well dead. Safe Moon V2 very dead. Down 97.9%.
Oh,
It will
Still-
be back, man.
That's I would
coming
not
back.
do not touch this with a 10-foot
How much
pole.
liquidity is still
Please,
in there?
for the love of God. So we got a $19.1 million market cap somehow still holding. Yeah, this is not good, you guys. Please
19
don't.
million market cap. That's actually lower than I would have guessed.
Really?
Oh yeah, because think how many people have dust on their wallet, and so it was a pretty popular coin. So yeah, 19 million seems pretty low.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was a good
Sorry about
question.
that.
What does the liquidity look like? And the trading volume.
Let's
Well, the
see
volume,
here.
I was just looking at it. What is
there.
it?
54.
Oh yeah, 54.
54K.
Wow, 54,000. Oh
yeah,
my god, I
$54,000.
boomerized.
$54,000.
That's like a dead project on Cardano.
Yeah. Not good. So please be careful out there. The markets at large, not having a bad time at all. Bitcoin's still flirting around at this $52,000 level. Great to see. Ethereum.
Can we look at PAL real quick? I might have brought it up on the
PAL or
basement
PAL?
before.
Oh,
You did.
definitely have.
This
You
is a token that I've wanted to buy
Oh
over
my
the
God.
last like 2
Taco,
months.
what is your problem?
Exactly. What is my freaking problem? I was looking at it during that little sideways action between like middle of January and beginning of February.
Oh,
You're too busy losing to 12-year-olds in Call of Duty instead of buying coins.
It's
What's
so
wrong
true.
with you?
Damn,
It is
just,
so
suck.
How really taking off though? That's
And the
wow.
thing about this is if you're staking and you're using their service, they pay back their stakers. I think they've given like 140 ETH today.
really
Just back to their stakers.
okay.
So
okay.
it's actually a legitimate project.
This is it's always depressing seeing the things that we're hyper bullish on Moon so quick. We're not even to the
Who the
halving
hell
yet.
has heard of Sia Coin?
see a
So,
coin.
yeah, this is coming out of left field here. I've heard of it before. I think it was Nick.
Yeah,
that
Nick
brought
talks
this
about
up.
it a lot.
It
It looks like a lot of those. I believe it's a proof of work coin, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but it looks like a lot of those projects. Raven coin kind of comes to mind.
Yeah.
It's going to look a lot like an XRP price chart. Maybe it'll put in a new all-time high, but I think it's going to be difficult for coins that couldn't put in a new all-time high in 21 versus 2017, 2018,
Yeah.
to then all of a sudden buck the trend and do it in 2025. Maybe,
Like
but
magically
I will say
skip a
this: it's
cycle.
pretty high, pretty early.
Yeah, it is. It's looking like it's having a
That might pump.
You know what
It's having a
a
fast
big theme I
resurgence.
keep on seeing is, like all these old coins from like 2017 and then like the bull run that we just had.
Storage.
Well, what I was saying is it's like the new coins, the new trends that come out, you seem to see better returns. Like I've been holding Polygon. What's another one? Even Cardano.
Cardano, yeah. XRP,
But like
big time.
Celestia is a new one. Injective is a new one.
Beam.
Say is a new one. And literally getting into these coins has given me more returns than being in these older coins over the last like 2 years.
Well, do you think it's because it's far more speculative and there's no historical data to base it off of?
Yes.
Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, these coins that have been in the market, like a lot of people hold them. A lot of people have taken profit and they move on. And I feel like that's what's happening. Like all these new trends, these new coins are the ones that are catching these big pumps, while these old projects are just like, all right, well, a 5% pump here and there. Well, whereas like, say is $1 now, and it was like 60 cents 2 weeks ago.
Dude, Trump coin is $3.10 right now. $3.14, up 1,400%.
Where it
disgusting.
wicks, it will stick. And look
Yeah.
at that.
I know. Nice. I mean, this actually.
is the wickiest of all
It's the wickiest of all coins. Absolute savagery here.
We have
been,
the thickest wicks.
I've
All right,
been
here's a
waiting for a
question.
pullback.
Do
But,
you think Trump has any idea that this coin
oh yeah,
exists?
his staffers have some.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they
No
have.
way, that's
yeah.
awesome.
They bought like I think it was $7,000 worth when it was very early.
Oh
like,
my God.
yeah, he was up to $1 million in profit, like right around here.
That's awesome.
Right here. So yeah, he's doing just fine off this. Biden.
We're talking
token,
about Barron Trump.
Baron Trump.
Doesn't he have autism? If anyone's buying meme coins, it's Barron,
Okay.
right? I'm not saying that. Look, if you have a little tism, you're probably more
Look at
likely to be a
this.
degen. I
We
think
got a
that's
dark
established.
Brandon. Look at Dark Biden. Dark Brandon just came out.
Wow.
This is a
Wow.
juicy.
careful
What's
with
the
these
market
new
cap
ones.
here?
230K.
Wow.
230K. Hold on. We got some action here.
Okay, that
62.
volume is low though.
Volume is low.
Volume's real
931
low.
holders. Let's see how clean. Not fully clean on Dex
What's the
score.
price per token? So we could
let's
just
see
remember
here.
this moment.
Price per
this
token
day.
is in the. It's in
That
the. Yeah.
sucks. A lot of zeros.
It's like a
Those are gonna be
9,
hard
but
to-
the market cap. So look, 230K market cap. God dang.
It
What's
could get
total
to
market
$1.
cap? Is it mostly out? Okay, it's out.
Yeah, it's out.
It's diluted. Okay.
This is interesting.
Should we
okay.
look at Trump Pepe? for
Yeah,
fun?
where do I find that one on Bird Eye?
Yeah.
Okay, we're
I mean,
going to
this
Bird Eye.
is
All right, how do I find Trump Pepe on
TREPE.
Trepe?
Yep.
Oh my god.
So this,
Trippy.
if you want some meme coin, as soon as our illustrious Owen brings the screen.
Yes.
So this, I think, is like a $10,000 market cap.
Oh my god. 11,000. Okay, don't sell yourself short here.
But it's setting higher lows, which is great.
143 brave souls own this coin.
Brave souls. Soldiers.
I am one of those
Will you be the-
143 brave soldiers.
Will you be the 144th?
But it is funny.
We should
seeing-
almost leave that tab and refresh it in like 20 minutes.
Oh yeah.
But
I'll leave it up.
it's funny. It's held pretty stable.
Dude, this is
through
brand
here.
new. I mean, there's no way to.
So I guess the dev launched it. I think it did a $50,000 high and then dropped out. But it's like some of these, it's like you put a little dust in this and set it and forget it because you never know. Like sometimes these ones, if they don't rug pull immediately, like usually if they're gonna rug pull, they rug pull within
Right around
the first
here.
like 12 hours.
Steve-O with the $5
But,
super
like,
chat. Not
This
only
is
do I
some
love
pure
you, I'm
degeneracy
in love.
that I am definitely in and seeing what the hell
Yeah,
happens.
Steve-O's showing love to DZ.
Mhm,
What?
mhm.
You know? Steve-O's a G. Yeah, he's got some, or Taco was talking about the new guard, like hot, coins that are making gains for you. Crypto Steve-O is always bringing those up, man. He's always looking at the kind of the new guard, what I'm seeing.
And it's almost like a whole interconnected blockchain that they're trying to build with IBC
Yeah.
and like Cosmos and all of like the
It
little
is.
modular blockchains off of it. And
So
then
you're saying our community is like the modular blockchain?
No, you're saying the community's like
yes.
the root beer? IBC?
Yeah.
Over my head, man.
IBC's
Dude,
root beer, right?
IBC
I got the
root
name
beer.
right?
That
yeah.
was
No
the
Parks
one in the
only.
bottle. That was the one in the bottle. When I was a kid, I felt like a really cool kid because I had what looked like a beer walking
I
around
think
open
like my
container.
great grandparents invented root beer.
You think so?
That seems like a fact you would know.
Naps root beer.
That sounds like something Drew would have said when he worked here 2 years ago.
Yeah.
DZ, I say the same things. Nothing's changed.
Go to
You know
Google
what I
and
mean?
type in KNAPPS root beer and you'll find it.
KNAPPS. All right, hold on.
Is that on your mom's side?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my very good friends last.
Naps.
We're related. I mean,
Let's
he's
see
a
here.
giant Viking like you.
What is this?
Probably related.
All right, Dirty Dan. The beginning of this bull run made me feel like all the research I've done over the past year was a waste of time. Every time I throw money in blindly, it goes up. And every time I spend hours researching, they do nothing. Has anybody been through this before? This is my first bull market. Dirty Dan, let me go ahead and say some. When you're just going with your gut and then it pops, is because you were part of the retail FOMO and you're doing the research, which put these coins on your radar first. So you're like, maybe it's just some random post. You didn't do any research. Maybe a little confirmation bias. The guy talked about that coin before that pump. Now he's talking about, oh, fuck, FOMO. The research, though, is going to pay off in the long run. Okay, think of it this way. When there's drawdowns, you want to be in the stronger projects. When things are going up, it's a party, right? Hey, the party's going. When the music stops playing, you want to have the people that can pay their bills still. So when the party starts again, there's electricity. There's fruit punch in the bowl.
Yeah.
There's party favors. A couple people dancing in the corner. Your research will pay off, even if it doesn't seem like it is now. Just stick with it.
Dude, why am I researching root beer? Naps? Like, what am I? So Naps root beer extract? Is that what we're looking for? And
maybe go to images.
okay, all right.
Don't go to images.
Okay, we're going
There, right
in.
there. Naps root beer.
Oh, for
God, that was risky.
yeah, very risky. Here, this one?
Naps root beer extra. I don't know. Just my family invented it.
Your
You're welcome.
family invented this?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I guess I owe you more respect then. 'cause
Nap
I do-
ran a medicine warehouse.
Okay.
So your grandparents sold like heroin and morphine, like
Yeah, and those
weird
little
stuff.
bottles that you see on social media. Yep.
It all
Coca-Cola
makes
used to be
sense
good.
now.
It'd be like embalming fluid, but it's like kids' candy. You know?
Dude, look what they're doing to Cheerios. 80%
good
of
segue.
Americans, 80% of Americans are testing positive for chemicals found in Cheerios
Oh.
and Quaker Oats.
So are they saying what
Hold
the
on.
chemicals are?
It was a
Wait.
specific chemical. I'd never heard the chemical before, and it made me think about. I lived in Wilmington, and we had
Atrazine?
this basically a Teflon chemical that was invented by DuPont.
Yeah.
It was found to be
Oh, yeah.
carcinogenic. And so then they changed a molecule, like you'll see with like the fake weed, or you'll see things like, or even the fake.
changed an
They'll
atom.
change one molecule, and it still has a lot
Atom.
of similar effects.
Adam.
And so,
The molecule's the whole thing.
all right, they'll alter the molecule.
There
Thank
you
you.
Actually, they'll alter a bond between one
That
of
is
the
also
elements.
possible.
Oh my God.
They change the underlying molecule. So
There
when I
you
said they change a molecule, my statement was correct. I don't know why BJ chose to interrupt me there. But so they change a molecule, and then they say, "Oh, we quit selling that in 1993. The new molecule will still give you cancer." I think we're just seeing the same thing here. It's like, well, everyone knows atrazine. Change the molecule, and then we'll call it something new.
What is this?
It's still the same stuff. It's
BJ,
still that's it.
This is
That's
your
it. Chlormequat.
What is this, BJ?
Is that related to a kumquat? I have no
Okay.
clue what the hell that is.
This is what they're talking about. The research says that a highly toxic agricultural chemical considered to be very harmful is allowed to the government to be used on oats and other grains brought into the U.S. They explain that when this chemical is sprayed on an oat and grain crops, it changes how the plants grow, stops it from bending over, which makes them harvesting for them easier. According to a nonprofit, really, they want automated harvesting, so they want everything sticking up perfectly straight instead of the old school way of doing things. Just as troubling, we detected the chemical in 92% of oat-based foods purchased in May 2023, including Quaker Oats and Cheerios. This really sucks because you think Cheerios is like one
Think
of
how
the
many
healthy.
babies are being fed
Right.
Cheerios every single day. And
100%.
chlormequat, I would not be surprised if that's like a cousin of atrazine. I don't
is
know. I'm just pulling the crap out my butt. But I would not be surprised at all if it's, two heads of the same coin
Yeah.
right there.
It's just aggravating,
BJ's looking it up. He's
Please
deep in the
find out.
chlormequat
I've just never
rabbit hole.
heard of
Yeah,
this.
this is
It inhibits cell elongation.
Do you know what this tells me though? The same people that own these food companies probably have skin in the game in the medical companies
100%.
They always
that
do.
make the medicine that combats these
100%. Absolutely.
these diseases.
It's like Philip Morris is one of the largest owners of what is it?
Baby powder?
Funeral homes and graveyards.
There you go.
Basically just ensuring the customer base, right? Keep you sick so that you rely on them. Now, the same thing, I was talking to DZ this morning about this arbitrary goal for 2% inflation rates, right? And, really, I found a post that kind of helps encompass the larger conversation. I kind of want to go over some of the key points from this, just to start setting the mindset correctly. You're going to have a lot of people that see you on your come up in crypto over the next few months, and they're going to be asking, why did you do it? What's the reasoning? How can I get in? But really, the why did you do it is very important to be able to express. This is from Stackholder. Bitcoin explains simply, you work hard to make money. You trade a huge percentage of your one and only life for a paycheck. Meanwhile, the government can double the money supply within a mouse click.
No offense to all our Hindu viewers.
Yeah. I mean, if you reincarnate, that's great. I mean, I hope I come back as an eagle if that's a fact. Here's the harsh reality. If you hold cash,
I want to be a honey badger.
Bank, you want to be a honey badger?
Good choice.
Why would you want to be a honey badger?
Pretty
Because
tough.
honey badger don't
I mean,
give no
they're
fuck.
tough, but they're always getting F'd
I'd rather
with.
fly. I'm with the eagle.
Yeah, man. Who's going to F with an eagle? It's like a 6-foot
Yeah,
bird.
I want to crap on convertibles.
Yeah. Here's the harsh reality. If you hold cash in a bank, you're having your time stolen as the government destroys your purchasing power. Your only choice is to invest in assets to avoid getting debased by the government. If you invest well, you can outpace the inflation and live a better life. This is exactly what we're all about here on The Basement. I really like this post. People use homes, stocks, bonds, and even art to save money, but they all have downsides. None of them were meant to be the vehicle for savings. So they are all imperfect in their own way. A house is stuck in one place. It has maintenance and insurance costs a lot, and usually requires that taking out large amounts of debt to own. Then you have
mobile homes.
Okay, that's a caravan. I'm about a caravan.
I don't know. You go to a trailer park, you can put those things on wheels.
Not
just
very
saying.
easily. I mean, they don't drive
I'm
around.
just saying to say
Okay.
that they can't be put on wheels is a fallacy.
I mean, it's more
Yeah,
difficult.
I grew up in a trailer.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. Not on wheels actively though, right?
Not actively, but I had to put wheels on it to get it registered in my name after my mom died.
Right. I mean, but there are still upkeep costs with it. You know what I mean? It's an asset. It does increase in value, but it takes a little bit of money to keep it nice, as I've experienced over the past few years. The unlimited supply of government debt and bonds, they lose purchasing power over time as the government spending continues to spiral out of control, and businesses have limited lifespans and lots of operational risk. Obviously, art is fungible. Bitcoin is this new savings technology that solves this problem of how to store your wealth. It is engineered from an ideal form of property to hold long-term and increase in purchasing power over time, obviously with all the pieces that make it up. It's finite, it's backed by energy, it doesn't decay like a building. It can be bought and sold in tiny amounts. You can hold it for decades without any fees. It can be taken with you anywhere you go, and it isn't tied to the fate of any one country or industry.
Wow.
And on top of that,
Right.
you can self-custody it and you don't get taxed for sitting there self-custodying. What do you get? What happens to you when you are sitting in a house? You pay property taxes. You are paying for vehicle taxes yearly when you own those types of assets. You obviously you get taxed on Bitcoin when you exit and you make a taxable transaction. But if you're sitting there holding for a long term, it is not.
Don't you technically have to pay on your gains within the year, even if you don't? This is a question, not a statement.
You have to pay on any taxable event that year taxes. Like they need that information in that tax time.
So you buy Bitcoin at 10,000 at the beginning of the year. It's 50,000 at the end of the year. You haven't sold it, stays in storage. Do you owe anything?
No.
Cool.
That's the beauty.
They were trying to do that.
They're trying.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yes, and
Okay.
that's the KYC
Unrealized
problem.
capital gains tax.
The
bill.
UK pushing forward that self custody wallets need a KYC too. So if we allow those systems to be put in place, then watch what the next step is. They're like, okay, we're going to tax you on your unrealized gains.
Yeah.
Within this self custody, they're trying to take that sovereignty away.
Oh, but I'm sure there'd be very complicated financial instruments where you can skirt that rule. And who would know how to do that? Nancy Pelosi's husband. He'd know how to do that.
True. But again, the larger idea here really something came to my mind when I was talking about inflation targets with DZ this morning. what is the point of this 2% inflation target, right? Why do they want any inflation? Why is any inflation good?
It incentivizes spending. So if you have wealth and it doesn't inflate, or I'm sorry, it doesn't lose value over time, you're not incentivized to spend it. You're not incentivized to pull it out of your bank and then be a good consumer. I'm going to go walking up and down the town promenade and I'm going to buy the things in the window. I'm a good consumer. I keep the economy going. Yeah. They want you to be that. They don't want you to save. They don't want you to build wealth. And so they put a 2% inflation on your funds, so you're incentivized to empty your bank account and then spend it like a good automaton.
It's what a gerbil in one of those spinning wheels looks like. This is a system where they just keep you moving and part of the system.
Well, it also seems like the idea of the CBDC with the expiration date is basically the golden goose for them. If they're using inflation to push spending to limit you from saving, well, that's the perfect timeline that they can put
Blue Punk Rocker just bought Trump Pepe. God.
Look, I didn't say it was a good idea.
What have you done?
You just never know.
Please do not pay attention to that graph. Blue Punk Rocker, be careful.
The New World Disorder says gold coins is another slick way to travel with a lot of value. They are marked as $50, but have a whole ounce of gold.
Yeah, but then you got keistered in your butt.
I was thinking make it a tooth, a gold
tooth.
You
want to take $1 million across the ocean. Where are you going to put all that gold?
Yeah, you see it with people fleeing war nations. You know what I mean? They get confiscated. The roadside stops get set up. Once chaos ensues, you have roadside checks. And, a lot of law gets very skewed once a nation enters a realm of war that we experienced or we witnessed in Ukraine. And people that literally could just walk out of the country with nothing in their hands, nothing in their pockets except for that seed phrase in their head can then access all of the value that they've been accumulating and keep it while they're escaping this insane situation. So
really beautiful.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, you don't have to shove a diamond up your anus.
I mean, it's a great feeling.
Not diamond in
to
not having to do that. To not have to do that. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, just use your noggin.
I thought we were inclusive here, and you guys are just kink shaming.
Okay.
Hey, DZ, I was offered a job out in Houston as a mob hitman. Just Jim, I can't wait to.
Crypto Tonight says you can wear $1 million watch on a plane. Yeah, but that's not liquid.
And I say this is just a guess. I don't think a Iraqi road check would let you pass by that checkpoint with that watch still on your wrist.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just boiling this down to the worst extremes because I do feel like America's at extreme risk right now of experiencing something similar to what we saw in Sri Lanka. I know it's kind of hyperbole to think about now, but 22 million military-aged men have crossed our border in the last 3 years, and we have been actively at war with these nations that they're fleeing. So please be prepared and think about these things as we see the world around us.
Well, people don't think about it. So it's like I just did a magic event where it's like literally somebody's got $1 million+ worth of cardboard in their suitcase and nobody cares.
Yeah.
Like nobody even knows what the hell that is. And you're like, yeah, it could be money laundering around millions of dollars worth of magic cards. Could be. Not saying you are, but like...
And it blew my mind when you brought up that there's like the Black Lotus card.
I mean, Alpha Black Lotus is, depending on certain conditions, is well over $500,000.
Well, do you see Zach XBT? It might still be his pinned tweet where like he was doing this big investigation over that guy who was laundering crypto through Magic the Gathering cards.
I mean...
we did cover that.
I mean, that story. Mount Gox?
Yeah, let's see here.
Mount Gox.
Here it is. It's the pinned one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Throughout this year, been monitoring someone who has been withdrawing 11,200 ETH or more, $25 million from Tornado Cash, and spent the majority on MTG trading
did you just
cards.
find this, or you were about to talk about this?
No, we just found it. Here's his analysis. He's looking, and he's been tracking this guy for a long time. Quite a chaotic thing to put all of your money in is Magic the Gathering. But
I mean, it's
so
literally what Mount Gox was, Magic the Gathering online exchange.
Yeah.
Like, it is kind of humorous to see that it's like, if it weren't for Magic players, would Bitcoin be where it is today?
Fun fact, correct me if I'm wrong, only 2,200 Black Lotus alphas were ever printed, or is it 2,000?
Sure.
And there's estimates that about half are gone.
Not positive. I would be willing to say the number is in that ballpark.
Yeah. I believe it's 2,200.
I think Unlimited was the largest printing, and that's still sub 3,000, I think.
That's pure chaos.
Yeah.
Pure chaos. New World Disorder says it best. Keep your boots by the doors. boys. I'd say that's an accurate statement. Here is
I
Vivek.
sleep in my shoes.
Yeah, I want to see.
This is Vivek Ramaswamy.
For the
That's
chart
not
of all
him for
charts.
real.
Well,
That's not him.
I know, but this
You
is
had.
still
I
funny.
thought it was
I
dang
got you all worked up.
Ramaswamy.
I had to get you worked up.
You did
Um,
clickbait us.
But this is kind of interesting. Just
Yeah,
looking at the
mukbanging,
past,
sorry.
this is 2016. You're mukbanging on
Yeah.
it. All right then. 2016 price action, comparing it to what we went through. This is the 2014 bull market. Fall down to a little bit of resurgence, comes back and getting ready for 2017. Obviously, the end of 2017 brought fireworks, bringing it up to about $17,500, right around there. Now, this comparison to where we're at today, I did find pretty damn interesting. Like, when I backed up, I'll look at Bitcoin just long term where we're at right now. I really think that DZ, you were talking about some things that I've kind of found a little interesting this morning. You're talking about potentially this big pump happening sooner than
Yes.
people expect.
Yes.
I have had that general thought at large that we're going to start seeing strong price movement that looks very bull market-ish sooner than later. Like if everything goes according to exact 4-year cycle timeframes, we're watching out, and the markets are worried about this pullback right here. This from the peak of that down to.
Are you worried about it now?
No, I mean
It's like Jesus.
no, I know. I know when you zoom out, it's really not a big deal. But here was a 50% drawdown between those 2 points. A lot of people are watching out for us to draw down back down to $35,000. But one thing that I just can't get over is the ETF inflows are just nonstop. They have no F's given. $500 million a day. Even more than that. I think.
Pretty soon, all of them combined are going to be more than Michael Saylor
Right.
and MicroStrategy.
Right. I think they're at 110,000 Bitcoin between BlackRock and Fidelity. Those two.
Yeah.
Okay. And MicroStrategy is at 190,000. So
Give it another month.
I
right?
know. Give it another month. And at the rate that we're at, guys, I am not discounting the potential that Max Payne truly is up only. It's a dangerous situation to get waiting on the sidelines for.
What I'm also looking at is
Yeah.
the psychological levels of 50K and a trillion market cap.
Yeah.
I feel like if those two can hold,
Mm-hmm.
this could be just
Look at the
only up
market
from
cap.
here.
Look how close we are to the all-time high market cap.
Because
peaked
we didn't
at
have these
1.3.
ETFs when it went
I know.
down 50%.
I know. Nothing was there to really hoist it up. I mean, you had the psychopathic diamond handers that just don't sell anyways. But
you also end up with more centralized control.
That's
where
the
you have
long-term
majority
danger.
of people with the Bitcoin.
Yes.
At that point, are they able to start swinging the market?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of potentials we're watching out for. Actually, I have well, listen to this. We had congressional hearings today discussing forcing miners to censor Bitcoin transactions according to OFAC sanctions. Let's give this a listen. You ready for this, Owen? Send in.
So in the DeFi report that you mentioned, we highlighted lots of different types of technical features and compliance controls that can be built in at different layers of the ecosystem that could focus, for example, at the network layer where miners exist. A good place to start might be something like sanctions. OFAC has already stated in their compliance guidance that miners may already have sanction screening obligations. So a good place to start right now before imposing new AML obligations on miners or those who exist at the network layer could be to enforce the existing obligations when they validate transfers going to sanctioned actors like Lazarus Group.
Am I the only person who thinks that stutter actually makes me think she's very versed in Bitcoin? The fact that she
You think so?
accidentally said fork, the fact that she even knows what that means.
Potentially.
Like she actually seems pretty versed in this.
Well, not only that, there's a good point pointing that out. Another persuasion technique. She laughed at her own.
Joke.
Yeah.
No,
Or
I was going
not
to say
joke,
her
or
own
mess up.
misspoken statement. It's signaling to me that she is so aware and informative. She's like, oh, I can't believe I said that thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
'Cause
to
they ain't
me,
gonna know
she
what that
knows
means.
crypto better than most people who have crypto.
Well, and they did. OFAC did censor transactions to a degree in for Iranian users for a quick minute right
On
as the
what
war
chain,
broke
though?
out.
Not on Bitcoin, correct?
No, it's Ethereum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's
Ethereum.
what I was getting at.
Yeah. It's so the
The
thought
chain that
of,
loves censorship and
they
centralization.
bent over right away. Bitcoin a little bit tougher to hack or take control of. I like this write up from Lucas Newsy. At Lucas Newsy, how much does it cost to 51% attack Bitcoin and Ethereum? Find out, simulated an attack and what it would look like on the paper Breaking BFT published today with some interesting results. This is the Breaking BFT quantifying the cost of attack. Here we go. Hop into it. The mere possibility of these types of attacks has caused significant anxiety. You have to hear questions like, will Bitcoin remain resilient against these? After 21 million cap is reached, can Lido take over Ethereum if it controls 34% of the validators? These are the two boogeymen of the blockchain security, but their cost and expected utility remain a mystery. Better understand these risks, simulated these attacks using a new model called total cost of attack, TCA, is the sum of expenses an attacker would occur. Taking a look at this, for Bitcoin, TCA is the price of 51% of the ASICs active in the network plus the electricity to run them. We can infer that the number of ASICs actively mining Bitcoin, thanks to labs.coinmetrics.io, by multiplying by 51%, you can go shopping list of 7 million ASICs to buy. Take a quick look at this ASIC
So I'm
model.
going to pause you here because I had this argument with Mind Your Biz, and I'm probably very inaccurate with this. But if you can print infinite money, you have BlackRock being one of the larger investors in some of the biggest mining companies.
Yes.
You talk about these 7 million, miners, but yet there's only X number of pools. The attack vector is so much easier than that because it's almost like if F2 pool and one other pool get together that already own it, you're done.
Right.
Like, you're done. And I think that's a big thing that they leave out. But the thing of saying that it would cost so much money, well, once you're already in control, you print infinite money.
One wrinkle. That's kind of supposing you get, so you take over F2 pool, let's say you take the head of the snake. I have an Epstein video of you, F2 pool, you now work for me. You could do that cheap, right?
Yeah.
The problem would be once you do that, the people mining for F2 pool then have the ability to say, well, screw you, I'm going to another group. And then so F2 pool's share goes from 27% to 22% to 16%. And next thing you know, everyone abandons them. So that would be the counter to that. But it's a very good point.
And that's also an excellent point. How easy, again, not informed on this, when you look at F2 pool, how many, let's say, shrimp are in there versus whale miners?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I
don't know that either.
That looks like.
And
We should try to find
that got thrown into some upheaval with the China ban, and then it went to Kazakhstan. Then it was like, well, a lot of them seemed like they went to America, and a lot of people, I don't think we really have a full understanding of where all those Chinese miners went, who all stayed, and what's the real breakdown of those numbers.
Yeah. I remember a large amount of them went to Kazakhstan.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
That
was a hot narrative for like 3 months. They're all going there. Then you never heard about it at all. Then you look at their power. They're like barely mining anything compared to America.
And what's kind of funny, it's like, I'm going to do a weird tangent here, is how people looked at Borat and they were just like, oh, this isn't how America is at all. But it's exactly how America was. And then they show Kazakhstan and it's like, oh, that's not how Kazakhstan is, or that's how Kazakhstan is. Well, Kazakhstan, like Kazakhs are basically Asian, aka Chinese Russians.
Yeah.
So going there might have been because of the power costs or the fact that it's like basically there's a lot of Chinese heritage already in Kazakhstan. So if you ban the mining, and this is speculation entirely, but it's like if you're banning it there and then you move one country over, it's almost like what the United States did with Alaska way back in the day, where it's like you make Alaska not a state so that you can do all your shady stuff there and then claim you're not doing it in America. So I don't know. There's a lot of speculation going on.
There's a couple ways this could happen. Like the ASICs, they take control of ASICs. We just brought that up. There's by multiplying by 51%, they can go shopping for 7 million ASICs to buy. But the ASICs are not for sale. How do you buy 51% of them? One way is to do what simulated using historical ASIC market data to see how the market would react to a relentless ASIC buyer. And then one scenario, let's take a look at this. The cost alone is close to 20 billion. But when you're talking about monsters wanting to take control of the last chance of financial freedom we have,
that's nothing.
That's a small price
and
to pay.
It'd be much, much higher than that, honestly. Yeah. Like, I mean, so we had talks with, was it CleanSpark, the Georgia guy? He has this huge infrastructure, and you go up to him and you say, hey, man, I'm going to buy all your ASICs off you. He'll say, no.
Yeah.
You say, well, all right, I'll pay market price plus 10%. He'll say, no. all right, I'll pay double. He'll still say no because then there's going to be like infrastructure costs. He's a long-term thinker. And then a lot of these people, you don't have enough money to, they're going to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
And then the more you try to buy it off of them, a lot of these like old billionaire people, they're hard-headed. They'll just say, you know what? Now I'm never selling to you, no matter what your price is.
And at that point, they'll probably say like, yeah, you could rent my equipment and I'll
and
pay
we
you
talk to
your
that guy.
renting
He
point.
has that type of personality. He's like, I'm just gonna dig my heels in harder. You'll never buy it now. The more you want it, the less I want to sell it. Like the Succession guy or Trump guy who's like, well, now I'm just like, I see how much you want it. 50x, and they're like, okay.
Yeah, that's where the hyper Bitcoinization conversation comes up. They're like, I'm not giving you this. This is the ultimate play of power. Once they realize how wanted it is by the powers that be, that it's teenager syndrome.
Too bad that wasn't the ethos with the ETF that everybody wanted and didn't realize the power that they gave up.
Listen,
I just feel like 51% attacking Bitcoin is like the greatest feat in mankind's history.
Not at all.
Well, and then it's like, what do? You just flush your money down the drain because you're gonna like fork it in a coin no one wants, and you just wasted all your money.
Yeah, I feel
That's
like
the
the
fear.
open market will decide where it wants to put its money, and at that point, it's just going to go to either
It'll be like Bitcoin Gold or
the
BSV.
original
No,
chain
Caspa.
or the fork chain.
Caspa.
Because wasn't that what the original Goldfinger attack was? I'm gonna get some of this wrong, but when the fork happened, and then they tried to basically get the market to go to the other coin, they did go to the other coin that allowed for the 51% on Bitcoin, and then all this. That would actually be a fun thing to look back.
We should do a video on that.
That I don't recall. I just remember it was called the Goldfinger attack. And
Yeah.
I think it was BSV and Bitcoin back in the day.
Yeah, and speaking of videos, okay, we're going to do a video on that. But this weekend, Saturday at 11 a.m., I'm going to be releasing an interview, an exclusive interview with one of the heads of the spear, the tip of the spear for fighting for truth. And I'm not going to tell you who it is, but we have an explosive story that's breaking on Saturday at 11 a.m.
It's Val Kilmer. Sorry.
It's not Val Kilmer. It's not Val Kilmer. That'd be kind of awkward. His face kind of like doesn't
It's
look
like he's
human.
always doing a yawn.
Yes.
See what I did there?
He's always
We
yawning.
just dropped a hit.
But yes, watch out on Saturday at 11 a.m. and share this message far and wide. I'm going to be asking you to tag a few very specific people. It's a very serious situation that we
got
some
someone
insight
deep
on.
in the intelligentsia sphere when it comes to corruption.
Yes.
I almost feel like I almost gave away too much already.
Don't give up anymore. That's
all we'll
you
say.
Can go ahead and guess in the chat. Maybe I'll let you
Y'all
know.
never
one
guess
of you.
it. They'll
Yeah.
never guess it.
Maybe.
Oh man, it feels that guy. I can only imagine.
Dude, I met Alex Jones. I'm going to be on Alex's show sometime.
Now, Dana White doesn't do podcasts anymore.
No, Dana walked off. I think he just was doing Howie Mandel a favor, it felt like. Like, do you think he was actually mad at Howie, or was this a PR stunt to get
I think he felt that Howie wasn't being genuine, but I'm mind reading at this point.
But that
so I don't
Ginger
like to
girl
mind
or
read.
whatever it was, he's like, I see you and Ginger are getting along well or something.
It played to me a little facetious.
Yeah.
A little.
It could have been his glasses, though. Howie's glasses are bothersome. You know, when you're looking at, he's got like, God, it's like Willy Wonka glasses or something that he wears. You know, there's a lot of stuff happening in the macro. I think I'm going to have to save for Rumble. Talking about Gonzalo Lira. We're talking about a little bit of journalists being slaughtered while in custody here in Alvani. All this is breaking. I'm not going to get demonetized by going into this right now, but a little bit of stuff happening there. Let's see what else we got. Japan, we talked about this yesterday. Japan slipped into a recession yesterday, and Bitcoin made a new all-time high in the country.
We're so early in the cycle for that
Yes.
because I remember, when Bitcoin went from 61-ish down to 28-ish, back up to 69. When we were like at 55, it would be like Brazil all-time high. And you'd be like, whoa, man, I'm glad we don't have that type of inflation. Or it'd be like, oh, now it's this person new all-time high, this person new all-time high. And the earlier you are on the list, the worse your economy was. Japan having an all-time high right now makes me feel for the Japanese people, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they have a low crime rate, thank God, still.
I'd rather ride the subway in Tokyo than New York City, but I'm saying as far as their purchasing power, I feel bad.
Yeah, it's and this is hedge fund managers are watching this. Like, you have Argentina that is going parabolic as far as its Bitcoin price. Like, the Bitcoin price has tripled, quadrupled, 10x'd its previous all-time high already in these other countries that are collapsing at a hyper quickened pace, obviously, compared to America. But
So we see them, maybe collapsing in the short term, but
Mhm.
Japan seems like a country that would be higher on the list of being able to go back to being self-sufficient.
no, they're an island. They would, their resources they rely on a lot of
Oh
imports.
yeah,
they
they have
do.
low self-reliance.
No, I'm
I can
saying
see
they
that.
currently do, but it's just like, so it's already a country that fishes a lot, so you have direct access to that. You're already in the semiconductor world. You already technically have farmland. You have all of your different ecosystems that you would need. I mean, this is more of a question than a statement.
I completely disagree with that. I think that they're an island that is in that situation. Their population is very dense.
Yeah.
And there's
But
a
they
lot of
used to
mountains.
be completely isolated. Now, granted, this was before, like the Silicon Revolution and things like that.
Yeah, but you can't eat silicon chips,
No.
and you can't, eat the games that you play. Like, there's a balance that you have to find in society of producing and consumption.
Yeah.
And I think that if we do see embargoes, like we're talking trade cutoffs, like I'd be terrified if I
Well,
was
what do you
stuck
think's
on an
easier
island.
to do is say you have to start at not ground zero, but is it more likely for the United States to get into semiconductor production, or is it more likely for Japan to be able to get into farming?
I don't think they can really make a dent in farming. I think it'd be really hard for them to make a
To be
dent
able
in
to
farming.
take care of themselves?
Yeah.
Because I think that's, if we're going to see collapses of economies, I think the countries that are more likely to be able to sustain long term are the ones that are able to actually pivot into that.
Hmm.
Whereas, like, I would question the U.S.'s ability to do that.
Well, the U.S. has we have some amazing amount of farmland. Like, what's happened to our farmland is that the farmers
it's very
have been
centralized now.
No,
though.
well, hold
China
on.
owns most of it.
Okay, hold on. The farmers have been pushed
Bill
into
Gates.
improfitability for the last 70 years.
Yes.
You have generations that have held on with their bleeding fingers to try to hold on to the family farm that are being pushed out over costs, over other sorts of, the government is actually planning on taking away the discount to diesel fuel, to different types of farming products that the farmers rely on the front end to produce the food and then pay back on the back end after they sell the food.
Mhm.
Now those front end loans are being tightened. And, I've talked to many, many farmers out in Kansas, Colorado. Longmont, where I grew up in, is one of the largest farming communities in the country. And they've been operating at a loss for a long, long time. And it only gets worse when the seasons have become more violent. The hail seasons that we experienced in Colorado, particularly the center of the U.S., they destroy a lot of crops. People don't talk about that. That's a lost year of revenue for these farms. So,
Well, also the declining manufacturing of diesel engines.
yeah,
Like,
that
that's
too.
a big thing that a lot of people don't think about. It's like when you look at why prohibition happened and why cannabis was made illegal. Well, both of those have the same hydrocarbons to be able to make an ethanol-like source.
Yeah.
That's why those things were made illegal. So it's like I have a friend who just bought a diesel fuel basically refinery, which you can buy these things for like $7,000.
Yeah.
And so he planted a bunch of sunflower seeds, so you can press those to get one part of basically to be able to make your ethanol that you need, and then you go get basically not biodiesel, but basically grease.
Okay,
And
yeah.
Now he can buy.
That is absolutely badass. That's the level of
So it's
prepping I
like
wanted to
if
get to.
farmers are not getting this back end credit, let's say for diesel,
Mm.
or the fact that diesel engines are becoming more difficult to get, it's
Or
like
they increase the price of manure.
you have options
We
to
got a
fix this.
$5 super chat. Ryan asking Drew, I got $3K
Oh, boy.
to invest. Got any alts on your radar?
Yes. So we're talking alts that haven't pumped in a big way as of yet, I would say. I'm looking for something that's still down. Celestia is shaved off a bit this week, down 10%. I like Celestia. I'm in on Celestia. I think this is going to be one of the faster horses in the race. Injective.
Real quick, if you stake your Celestia, I think it's like 16%.
Yeah.
Get back.
You can, and I know, Taco, every single time we talk about my Celestia bags, you give me that look because I'm not staking my Celestia.
You're not staking with Milky?
I am not staking
In
with
the
Milky.
Kepler wallet?
Are
In
you
a-
are you locked, or can you pull out at any time? Like, is there a time frame you have to stake for?
It's liquid.
Cool. Yeah,
Is
why
it
aren't you?
Not 21 day?
Because I am busy.
I'm not
That's
sure.
why. And I don't trust staking.
You know what you're not busy for?
What?
Excuses.
All right, hit
Isn't that a
red
call?
on the weekly. Is that where we're at right now? Is this
Yeah, red on the weekly. I'm looking at the
Okay.
losers on the week. I'm
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to
We want to
find.
choose something that's kind of on sale.
Yeah, some that's Monero not giving up much. Honestly, from what the market looks like right now, I'd be taking a look at Celestia, and then Injective look like pretty decent opportunity
What is
zones.
Aster?
Aster, this one's been kinda
Astar is
killing
a Polkadot parachain. I am not as bullish on Astar as I am for Akala.
it. Yeah.
Akala is a little bit easier to use as far as the dApps go.
Is that a Collar Prism or is that something totally different?
ACA is Akala.
Look at Arweave too. We looked at Arweave yesterday. This one, I like it because it's a little deeper. This is now it's number 92. No, wait. It's number 92. It was number 101 yesterday.
Who were you watching, DZ? Was it Virtual Bacon? Who's saying Arweave hasn't had any real like development in the
I
back?
think it was.
Yeah. So
Yeah, he looked at the like GitHub.
yeah. So when we're looking at
I forgot
Arweave,
that.
I'm like on the fence because like data storage, how much real like I guess infrastructure do you need to build? You just build it once and it's done.
Yeah.
I don't seem right with AI and everything else.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm not a dev, but that guy said that there isn't really any development going on. So maybe,
Yeah, he said there was not much development in 2023. The guy is a dev by trade, so I mean, I would lean towards his opinion versus I don't know anything about the
and
the
it's
GitHub
not
repository.
exactly
I haven't poured over it
sexy,
myself.
Like data storage.
I liked what Flare's been doing. you guys.
Iagon is a good data storage play.
Iagon? That's on
Absolutely.
Cardano, right?
Cardano,
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go there next. Flare is I think Flare's going to be a hot ticket. I think Flare's woken
yeah.
up. I think a lot of people that are in XRP right now,
Yeah, they're going to dump it for Flare.
they're going to go into Flare.
Yep,
You know what I mean? That's like the next tech that they've been paying attention
especially with
to.
the token price disparity.
Right, dude. And it's, the overall the graph, I don't hate this. I feel like this is it's only about a year, maybe a little less of data. So, this one at $1 billion market cap, just a little bit more of an aggressive one. What was that one? How do you spell that?
IAG.
IAG. Yes, we've looked at this one before.
This is one of my
This is a small
newsletter
market cap.
picks like 5-6 months ago.
Yeah, I hate you. So, this is January 23rd, 2023. So you're pretty well up. Are you still holding that you got 6 months
I didn't
ago?
get in super cheap.
I sold on a double.
Oh, okay. Famous last
What's
words.
that big green wicks? How much percentage is that?
Let's check it out. From the bottom where it woke up at?
No, the second one, like
Oh, okay.
in October. That's like where I bought it.
Let's see here.
That's when I was releasing those Cardano videos. Probably right around when I bought it too, I guess. Maybe beginning part of that
123%.
pump.
Not
Yeah,
bad. pump.
I made a 2x and I sold.
Not bad. Not bad. Small market cap. And, Hunt is another one I like. On
Yeah,
like
Hunt. I'm interested to see
Dex
what's going to
Hunters
happen.
token.
DZ, what do you know about? So Milk did a V2, so they did a migration.
Okay.
But I'm interested to see if that is going to be a positive or if people are like, oh, you switched to a V2, like shit, what's going to happen? Like I'm still bullish on Milk, IAG. Hunt, I think, is one of the biggest
This
sleepers.
is not looking great. What is this? Milk?
So
this is
I'm not
it.
sure. So that is the V2
Oh my
one.
God. This is
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that goes much lower. I'm just going to scoop up more.
really
The supply is, I think, it's either 10.
10
really
million.
Yeah, it's just, I'm sorry, those are meme coin numbers where like they're actually doing something, but when your numbers are that low, people can just pop in and rip the crap out of this thing.
Oh, that's a risky biscuit.
It is.
That's a risky
absolutely
biscuit. Okay,
is.
for this type of stuff, we're talking, if I were to be deploying, of course, it's not financial advice.
But you look
If-
on that scale, so you're going
It's-
from 5.5 ADA down to what? 3? So yeah, like a 50% drawback.
there's a lot of risk in this chart.
There
is
is.
what I'm trying to say.
Within
And
that, yeah.
this, please don't bring up the other V2. So
Someone in chat did.
yeah, please God. So this is a situation I would be particularly looking at maybe a 1% play of portfolio at like tops is a high risk, high reward if it works out.
Because exactly what I'm saying right now, it's
Yeah.
the amount of people who are going to say, oh, cool, they just fixed things and moved to a V2 versus the people who'd be like, V2 always means bad.
Mm.
Because I can't think of a time when you think of V2 that you think positively with it.
Well, I know a couple that went real bad.
Yeah,
So
but like Hunt is a great one. Like again, I think the main narrative to be following is what is going to be the next layer one. I'm obviously very bullish on Cardano, and Tap Tools is going to be one of those spots where you can see a lot of those things.
But it's just the market cap's so high on it. I don't feel like the entry I should make for Cardano is Cardano directly at this point. It's Hunt.
It's a mix, but
You know?
so with the pools, NES pool, if you're looking for a great place to stake, obviously. But with my pools, I'm keeping a majority of what I make off of it. And then I'm taking some and then basically popping it into a lot of these Cardano alts.
Okay.
Like C3 is another one that I
Okay.
think is pretty strong. But
Yeah, so you use your
C3's been
staking
pumping lately.
rewards for that?
do what?
You use the staking rewards that you
Correct.
get? Okay.
Yep.
That's reasonable because you're taking extra risky biscuit plays
Mhm.
to increase your baggies. And you had a lot of fun with it. You made a good move on Whiff. You know what I mean? That was
No,
chaos.
I've done great on that. I've done great on a lot of moves.
Where is Whiff?
With it went up to $450 million. I think it's around 370 at the moment.
Ooh, good job.
not looking
367.
terrible.
Oh my God, I was off by 3 million.
That was not terrible.
Yeah.
at
So
all.
this one,
Just retire.
this one does hardcore swings.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking, it will go up to around like 400 million, and then it will come down to 100 million, and then it goes back up. So it's like I try to swing trade this a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Um,
strong support around the 200 million market cap range,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean, it swings hundreds of millions of dollars.
And that's
It is
crazy. 44,000 holders.
Yeah.
And then
It's
KO
nuts
Kev.
to watch.
Well,
KO
let's go
Kev-
back to that one coin. Do we remember the original amount?
What coin are you talking about?
140 holders on, what is it?
Oh,
Trump,
it's up
Pepe?
to 147.
Oh, wait, hold on.
I know
yeah.
the
Oh
one
no, you're
person-
talking Trey
Trey-
Yeah,
Pepe.
yeah. I'm saying if we
Trey
hit
Pepe.
refresh right now.
Trep,
Yeah.
Trepe. Let's go.
I mean, it's up,
oh, it's
140
147.
147.
but the
Wow.
market cap is up. But again, it's up by like $4,000. Like,
Which one of you degens put
That's
in 4K?
20%.
yeah,
this.
but I mean,
Look at that.
That was him. He
That
wicked
was
it.
it. That was that fella in the chat that brought up he was hammering in.
That was
probably.
0.1 ETH and
Yeah.
it spiked.
That's the chaos.
But this
realm.
is like how Whiff started.
Yeah.
It's how Bonk started. It's how all of these things start.
Mhm.
But it's like that's what's so hard. It's like, you know, you look at this in a month and it's at $100 million market cap, and you'll be like, well, I should have put in 10 Solana.
Yeah.
But like you put in 10 Solana right now, well, that might wick it up and then everybody sells and you kill the project. It's like the organic motion of these things, it's like you just never know.
Yeah.
Like you look, is there a community behind it? Like Cardano is a great example. Do I think it's one of the best techs out there? Absolutely. But does that matter or does the community matter? And
Yeah.
I think it's the community matters a lot more because people don't care about tech.
Well, and LeBron came out with the pink hat all of a sudden. Did you see the LeBron?
I don't
picture?
think that was.
Do you think it was fake? Was
No,
that
I think it was
fake?
a real hat. I don't think it was a whiff hat.
It
It
doesn't
wasn't
matter
with
if it's a
hat.
mistake or not.
Denier.
I thought they like pointed it out. It was like
Heretic!
a Dolce Gabbana.
Yeah, but does it matter if it's a
The
mistake
Anita
or not?
Max
They
win.
run
Oh,
with
not
it,
for
like-
the community.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, is it a tacit endorsement by King James? No.
Yes.
No, I'd say no.
Heretic.
They're gonna roll
Heresy.
with it either way, man.
Are you talking about Anita Max Win?
Anita Max win?
Yeah.
What is
The
that?
coin that Drake pumped.
Oh my god. I
You
try to
never saw
avoid.
that?
I try
I
to
heard
avoid
about it,
talking
but I
about
don't
Drake
know.
at all costs. What is it?
Yeah, don't look up Drake right now.
Type in Anita Max
Don't
Win.
type in Drake.
Okay, Anita Max
Wait,
win.
type in Mia. What?
ANITA.
Oh, Jesus. This is
This
how,
is a legit coin, and
This
like
is
even
how we get
Stake
demonetized.
promoted
Taco,
it.
what are we doing here?
It was like 5 days ago.
Oh
and
my
Drake,
god,
like, said
Taco! Look
something.
at this! Look at this!
Yeah, I'm not telling you to buy this.
Look at this!
Taco's endorsing this
Is
coin,
this
y'all.
No,
Max
don't look on
2.0.
CoinMarketCap. Look on like
Dex tool
one
or
of the
something.
Degen sites.
Ooh,
All right, fine.
All right, this coin's dead.
I hate
No, it's
Drake
not.
and
I
I
don't think
hate
it's
this
gonna be on
coin, but
Bird's Eye.
fine,
Actually,
we're going in for
Taco
you, Taco.
sold his Rumble Kong League for it.
Oh my god, not
Wait,
great.
do you still have your
Still
Rumble
not
Con?
great.
Yeah,
Hell
it's
yeah.
up to like
It's
half
a
an
half
ETH.
ETH.
Hell yeah.
I paid $6,000 for it when ETH was 4K though.
This is like a long
Did you get
ride
some
down to
airdrops and
hell
stuff,
right
though?
here.
Like one.
This is terrible.
Their game's coming
Taco,
out.
I am upset
Wait
with
a
you at this point. This is the
I just
worst coin.
I just brought it up because you guys were talking about some hat from Drake, and in his like little live stream, he has
That's
this
LeBron.
hat. He's like, I need the Max Ween.
Oh my god,
I need the Max Ween.
what a loser.
You never saw
No, this is a garbage coin. I would not touch this with a 10-foot pole.
I bet if Taylor Swift had a coin, it would blow up. Here's a question for you two.
Huh.
I think Taylor Swift has a bigger audience than Top G, but I think Top G has a higher percentage of people that are in crypto. They both release a meme coin on the same day, same tokenomics. Who has the higher market cap in a month?
Swift.
Is it Top G or is it Swift? You go with Swift.
Swift, 100%.
You go with Swift.
Yeah.
Chat, who's going to have the higher market cap? Is it going to be Andrew Tate or Taylor Swift? Oh, man, it's a tough one because a lot of people in his ecosystem have crypto.
Why isn't there a T Swift coin, or
Hold
is
on.
there?
I'm
Like,
I'm
is
sure
it
there's
called
a
the
50.
Swifties?
No,
Dozen.
because that was one we made money on.
T-Swift.
They made Taylor Swift's cat. This was a few weeks ago that like ripped up to like
Karma?
I think I don't remember.
Karma is a cat, something like that.
I
That's
don't
a
remember
lyric.
what it was, but that went up to a couple $100,000 market cap and then
Okay.
rugged like none.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure,
yeah. Edu, I bet Taylor's lawyers that tell her to stay away from crypto talk without her management, her
Also,
yeah,
this
business,
is very
all those
important. I'm
people.
gonna post about Trey Pepe, but you have to do that meme and then that meme.
Do you think someone like Taylor? Do you think someone like Taylor
Let's
Swift?
split.
I'm not showing this live.
Do you think someone like Taylor Swift owns Bitcoin?
I'd say one of her financial managers has a little bit of exposure for her. I think that they obviously see what's going on. The upper echelon of society knew what is coming with Bitcoin. I feel like, and they'll come out and be like, "Yeah, I've been in forever" when the getting's really good, and then they'll just be quiet for PR reasons when the getting gets hard.
Has it been in the news at all that we're about 50K? Like in the news?
I like Squawk Box. Squawk Box is trying, but the people don't care.
Squawk
They're-
Box, man, the bastion of hope coming out of CNBC.
I know. I've been kind of impressed with
Joe Squawk's based.
I know. He was calling out, just making fun of basically the lies that our government's selling us that terrorists are using Bitcoin more than fiat currency is a clear and obvious lie. He got real serious with it with Gary Gensler at the chair. So that was pretty refreshing to see. My God, time went quick.
Yeah,
guys.
also
I want to hold on.
I was
Go
gonna say
ahead.
the Deadwood. You got to give a shout out to Max Martin, the now almost 60-year-old Swedish song producer that has written most of Taylor Swift's music.
She a good lady?
But I wanted to get back to
dude.
Top G versus Taylor Swift, their meme coin. I see some
It looks
people in the
split.
chat.
It looks about
Yeah.
split. Maybe
Yeah,
Swifties barely.
My
but
thought
I don't know
is
split.
Andrew Tate's audience is like you maybe like your 20 to 30-year-old male, and they're like DJs who want to make money. So I feel like they're gonna like either get in, it'll go down, and then they'll sell at a loss. Whereas like Swifties, they'll hold it because they own a part of like Taylor Swift
Because the community.
because of the community.
God, I'm in.
Community always.
I'm
wins.
buying it. I'm buying Swifty coin.
Dude, I just
We're
looked at
launching it
all
right
of them.
now.
All of them are rugs. All of the Swift coins are rugs. Like literally, I
Life
just
is a
looked
rug,
at,
bro.
I got a cow lick on my hair right now. I just looked at them all. I don't even want to show them on the screen because they are literally all rugs right now.
Yeah, of
So
course.
please be careful out there.
Yeah, be very,
Um,
very careful.
I have to go live with Kelly Kellum here in about 5 minutes
Ooh.
on the Discord. If you're not in on the BitLab Discord, you can join. I do believe we have a link in the description. If we don't, I'll be putting a link afterwards. But today's a beautiful day. It's Friday. It's a great day in crypto. Obviously, everyone looks like a genius because all the decent projects are going to the moon, and thank God Drake's project is in the dirt, along with those other V2 dumpster fires. So glad to see them die in the dark where they belong, and glad to see the best projects rise to the top, just like the cream in my coffee. So it's absolutely wonderful having you guys on the show. DZ?
Deadwood, that is a
Wonderful.
lie. You
Deadwood
definitely-
never lies.
You definitely heard a Taylor Swift song.
Now, Deadwood is a
What's the
badass.
popular one? Shake it off.
Oh, that one's not good.
Deadwood makes me feel inferior.
Yeah,
because
to say they're not produced or written well
She
is not
was
true.
dear.
Hey,
I'm
Cat
not a
listens to
fan,
a lot,
but
and
those-
I swear to God, like I'll have those songs
Nothing
permeate into my brain space.
Because Max Martin's a really good songwriter.
Yeah, there's good structure there.
Yeah.
Deadwood makes me feel less of a man because he can mud and drywall a commercial building in one weekend. So,
Wall upside down.
Yeah.
While on peyote.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. So shout out to you, man. Shout out to everyone in the chat. JF Space Native. I'll put that Discord link in the description after we're done here. Deadwood, obviously, Crypto Stevo, Humble, Jay, Laserface, Truck Dano, myself, Green Day Profits, Bob from Accounting. You are all fantastic individuals. Thank you for joining me on today's episode. I am putting out a hard call to action, you guys. I need your help. We need to get the attention of the powers that be on this weekend's video. I'll be making a big stink about it on Twitter, so stay posted for those updates.
If you don't
And,
like,
let's move it on.
subscribe and share. Drew is going to show up at your house with some old mayo and just spread it.
I thought you were going to take that completely different. I was really concerned
No,
about
that
where you're
low-fat
taking
mayo
that.
that you've had under your truck for
Who's
like
in the
a month?
truck? All right, we're
Are you
kill
making
stream.
chemical
Kill
weapons?
stream.